Hi, my name is Carlos Lopez, and there is a question that needs to be answered. Billions of people play this game today and do not understand the beauty and the impact the sport has created. From the moment basketball was born to today, it has been changing lives. So, the question is, how has basketball made an impact to not only me, not only to America, but to the entire world? Miss Leitner, my English teacher, couldn't stress enough to be me and connect with my interests as much as possible. So in 6 minutes, I'm going to answer this question as me as possible, while also connecting it to a book that we read and learned about this year. So buckle up your seats, boys and girls. We are in for a doozy.
Look, I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings, but I'm only going to get this one chance.
Something's wrong. I can feel it.
It's just a feeling I've got. Like something's about to happen, but I don't know what. If that...
Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's and talk about the history of basketball, where it all started with this man who invented it. His name was James Naismith. So it all started in the 1890s at a YMCA gym in Springfield, Massachusetts. It was during the winter weather, and suddenly the winter weather made it really hard for people to go outside to play sports. When 18 men were stuck in the YMCA gym during a PE class that had nothing to do, they thought it was going to be an easy A. But the head of physical education at the school did not like this, so he gave the GOAT himself, James Naismith, 2 weeks to come with a new indoor sport to play. But that was all the time he needed. He saw a peach basket. Then he saw another peach basket. Then he saw a soccer ball. And then basketball was born. The game hasn't stopped evolving from then. We had our first National League in 1937, then another league came along, but then they ultimately decided to merge into the NBA, which we have today. Then later on, there was the ABA that tried to rebel against the NBA, but then their TV ratings sucked, so they decided to merge with the NBA too. And if you're really good, you'll be inducted to the Hall of Fame, which is named after the great James Naismith. Basketball has been an Olympic sport since 1936, and there is also an exhibition team too that is not part of any leagues. They just travel and perform comedy shows. And the amount of people who play basketball keeps increasing, and billions of people have played the sport today. Now here's the question. How has basketball made an impact? Where do I even start? As you can see, there's so many movies about basketball that are drama, comedy, or scary stories about the sport. Also songs and commercials and books. Kids of today look up to the basketball players we watch today to someday be them. Basketball also gives hope to a lot of people that have nowhere to go, or people that have a dream to do something they love as a career. How has basketball impacted my life? It's my second home. Ever since I first touched a basketball in second grade, I couldn't drop it. I remember at my elementary school, I used to be the only person playing basketball during recess and PE, while all the other kids were playing soccer or in the playground. It made me feel like an outcast. But that didn't bother me. I really enjoyed playing the sport. I saved up for my first basketball shoes, and if I didn't eat, sleep, and go to school, I would be on the court every single day. I always had this big dream of being 6'6", playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, and winning the championship every single year. But as I got older, I found that dream to be less and less likely. My doctor said I'm going to be nowhere near that height, and I found my strengths to be in other sports. I'm not ready to give up basketball just yet, for I will play basketball one more year in high school. I can relate this to Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. Lenny and George had a dream of having a farm one day. George stated, okay, I'm going to try my best. I think I knowed from the very first. I think I knowed we'll never do her. He used to like to hear about it so much, I got to thinking maybe we would. What I got from that quote was that sometimes dreams are not meant to be achieved, but rather have a different role in our lives. Maybe a dream could just scope you through this roller coaster we call life. And this is how I feel with basketball. I had the thought of not actually achieving this dream in the back of my head, but I've put the false hope to good use by using basketball as my escape, my happiness, and just being a place to have fun. After my senior year, I'll probably never play competitively in a team again, but once in a while, I will put my shoes on again, grab a basketball, and relive my favorite part of my childhood.